Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence on this 15 May 2025. Deep into the basement of the Pentagon. Maybe somewhere in Cheyenne Mountain, somewhere maybe in Vandenberg Space Force Base or the Alamo. You never know. Or maybe out at Camp McCall, back at Bragg. You never know. You never know. WTF Nation Radio, US Army WTF Moments. Here to bring you a Sergeant's Time. It is Thursday, right? It's Thursday. Fuck yeah, it is Thursday, right? Just double checking.
Hope so. I'm here.
Sorry. You guys were interrupting the conversation that me and Spanky were having. I'm Ash, your host, and then of course in the gunner seat I got the Spanky.
That's me.
So
hey,
yeah,
y'all.
me and Spanky were just talking about unit cheeseman and drama and all that other stuff, and most of the cheeseman that goes around most units and all that. And we were just laughing. We were throwing a good chuckle out there because holy crap, some of you.
Y'all are dramatic.
Yeah, some of you guys are some of the most dramatic asses on the fucking planet, and some of the stuff's not even your business.
I think you guys say you're a grown ass man, and y'all are worse than like a bunch of teenage
Oh,
girls.
yeah.
And I know teenage girls.
Yeah,
I know teenage girls.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah! Well, grown ass men and grown ass women too. It's always. Ooh, did you know?
yeah.
Did you know? Did you know? Hey, what do you think of this? And hey, what do you think of that? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's not your business. Who cares?
I just want to look inside your butthole.
Exactly. Who cares? I just want to look at your asshole.
I want to know what's going on up in there.
Man,
None of your business.
Yeah,
None of your
exactly.
business.
Fuck, I haven't had this much people crawling up my ass since my last colonoscopy. Fuck.
And that is your doctor's business.
Yeah, that is
not yours.
exactly. Doctor go walking in there going, damn, there's cave paintings in here. So anyways, welcome to Sergeant's Time, of course. Raw, unadulterated drama and news, bringing you Army and military news. Man, so news from the front. News from the front over in at the National Training Center. Now, there was a line that was crossed. Okay, we don't care. U.S. Army WTF Moments really doesn't care. Okay, we we laugh at the guidon stuff. We laugh at battalion colors being replaced or moved or something like that. But we draw the line. I'm going to say this again. We draw the line at somebody taking a shit in a water buffalo. I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna put a warning out there. I hope whoever gets to you first, man, you deserve anything you get. I'll just say that. You deserve everything. Whoever shit in that fucking water buffalo, you deserve whatever I don't care.
You deserve everybody crawling up your butt.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody.
What is it with you in the butthole?
I don't know.
No. Look, again, you could be pissed off at your unit. I have been pissed off at my unit.
Yes.
But nothing has ever given me nothing is the thought has crossed my mind where I decided to drop trowel, pop a lid off a water buffalo, and throw the stinky down there.
Right. That is like poisoning your entire,
Yeah, you are
unit.
Look, I got it. Doing a phantom shitter in front of the of your COs or your first sergeant CP, that's funny. Okay, that okay. Ha ha ha. That's funny. Who's the phantom shitter? Ha ha ha. Got it. But dude, contaminating your water supply, that is the most. So I'm just here to say, whatever happens to you, they hopefully punitively, administratively. There's some NCOs that are like right now talking about, beating that ass once they find out.
Yeah, your fellow soldiers probably will take care of that part.
So several, yeah.
I'm hoping it's a soldier. I mean, it could be, a senior enlisted. Who knows nowadays?
Yeah, who knows nowadays? Yeah, it could be. I mean, senior NCOs are starting to become, senior leaders are starting to become petty as it is already. So we'll see what happens with that.
And we do promote just anybody nowadays as long as they can run fast. Who knows?
Well, they dropped the PT. They dropped the yeet ball now, so you ain't got to yeet no more. Yeet. And so now it's they dropped. I guess you would say they rhetoric. I guess you say they dropped the ball. So yeah, there you go. So again, I'm just gonna say for the news that's going out there, it ain't looking good for the person who. And more details will follow, and of course we will provide all informations and updates on either podcast or posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments. And you will see what just is going to happen to the, what's going to happen to that individual. Just kind of like, I just couldn't even imagine drinking your drink and thinking you're, drinking that, taking a swig.
Oh, that is a touch nauseous.
Yeah, exactly. So, more to follow on that. All right, so check this out. And this is, this is kind of like Army news a little bit. Let's put it this way. The Air Force was born from the Army and the Space Force was born from the Air Force. So I guess you kind of say this is Army news. So everybody right now currently is freaking out because of Spacecom. Talking about moving their command in Colorado out to Huntsville, Alabama. And it's the one Alabama lawmaker said that is a process that is currently, I'm just going to say, there's right here is also starts a process to bring us a Secretary of the Air Force, which will bring us a recommendation of this for Space Command Representative Dale Strong said. And this is a sign of progress to move it from Colorado. Now, do they?
What progress?
Yeah, I was saying, are they launching rockets out there in Alabama?
And is that very Doge-like to spend money just to be moving shit around, just to be?
I'm about to say, doesn't really fall in the lethality thing, doesn't it? I mean, just you're kind of you're kind of wondering where does it? Okay, look, I get the Doge stuff. Don't get me wrong, the Doge stuff is legit. Let's
a lot of it is, and saving money where you can save money, and I don't see any reason to be moving shit just to be moving shit.
Yeah, right. But that's not saving money. That's not
exactly. It costs money to move.
It costs money to move.
A lot. I've done it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Or maybe they should do it like PCS like a pro.
PCS, PCS like a pro. But if someone's PCSing there anyway, maybe they can carry some stuff with them.
Yeah. Someone take a piece of the.
Here, carry this rocket. With you.
Take a piece of the. Take a piece of the. Yeah. Take a piece. Well, that's what I'm saying. But you would think Colorado has more. I don't know. Has more open space. I mean, there's open prairie out there. There's
they're closer to space. They're like higher up than Alabama. I don't know.
The culture is what? Oh, you just want high? You just want because Colorado has all that weed? Yeah.
Well, that too. But I mean, the mountains, they're closer to space.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's like, yeah. See, Keith even says this too. Why not move it to the actual Space Coast in Florida? Why does it have to be? Because I don't recall seeing anything in Alabama space wise. Alabama. I don't know why when I say Alabama, I say it like Forrest Gump. Alabama.
I don't know. Maybe it's because they're so low in education. I don't see a workforce for Space Force there either. But I don't know. I digress.
Well, I'm just saying that a Representative Mike Rogers said that I expect something during the month of April that Space Command will officially be assigned to build its headquarters in Huntsville. I've already talked to the contractor. See, that's another thing too. All these guys are already they already know who the contractor is. And he's
like, who's paying them?
Yeah.
Where's that money coming from? I follow the money. You'll see why it's moving.
Quote, I've already talked to the contract. He's ready to turn dirt. He's ready to, must be breaking ground. He's ready to turn dirt. I like that one now. Let me read the whole quote because I think it's funny. Just saying the term turn dirt. On the day the announcement is made, and we do expect it to be announced right after the Air Force Secretary's name. Turn dirt. I'm gonna go ahead and turn some dirt. We're going to go to Space Force, and you betcha we're going to turn some dirt. We're going to turn some dirt, and them fucking contractors are going to be tore out of frame. Sorry, I can be.
No, but I mean that was my whole problem with Doge. It's not the problem. Yes, everybody wants the government to save money. I mean, if anybody says they don't, like, what's wrong with you? Why wouldn't you? But like you win and you cut all this stuff, and you're trying to save all this money, but then you're spending money like this for no reason. This is what we wanted. We wanted money saved, but now why are you moving?
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone talks about, well, why can't it be at Peterson Space Force Base? Peterson Space Force Base has housed the U.S. Space Command since original inception from 1985 to 2002, and then the reestablishment in 2019. And in the waning days of the President Trump's first term, the Air Force announced Space Command headquarters could move from Peterson to Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama, calling it the latter a preferred location. At the time, people close to the decision-making suggested that it was an abrupt decision and politically motivated. NASA Space Camp there? Oh, yeah, Space Camp is there.
I mean, if it's already there, but like, why are we building all this new stuff?
Yeah,
like,
sorry, Space Camp.
Why do we gotta turn dirt?
Yeah, why we gotta turn dirt? Well, Space Camp's already there, right, Bubba? Let's move it. Hey, let's move all them space campers out there and move in the new head. Again, you were saying, you bring up a good point. Why the hell are we doing this? Why is this thing with the Doge not doging? That dog ain't gonna hump. Then all you want to do is turn dirt. Sorry, turn dirt. I'm not gonna get over that term. Yeah, turn some dirt.
All of this stuff is there.
Right. Colorado Republican Jeff Crank said he's still fighting to keep Space Command where it's at. Quote, we heard nothing. We are just going to keep fighting and putting both the military argument as well as the political argument. Crank says he's not the only one who thinks it doesn't make sense to move a fully armed and operational Space Command. I'm sorry, more than 1,200.
No, he's not.
Exactly. We're all.
They haven't asked me.
Yeah, everyone's asking. Does it make sense to move it? It doesn't make sense to move it to turn dirt 1,200 miles away. Quote, and this is what he's saying, quote, I have talked to many of our military leaders, a 4-star leadership in the Air Force and Space Force, and have asked them specifically, what is the military value of moving a Space Command out of Colorado Springs? And all they say is, there isn't any, unquote. Who are they? Bust them out. Hey, generals, fucking A. Bust them out. Hey, fucking people have been, I don't know. They talked about the vax. They talked about, speaking out about weapons being used. Fucking A, speak up. Speak out. Where exactly that, Max? Where is the money coming from?
Yeah. What would Elon do?
What would Elon do? Hey, move it to, what's that? Where's, Space City? Move it there, where Elon is at. Isn't that where all the space shit's happening anyways, right? That and, like someone said, the Space Coast off of Florida. The coast of Florida.
I don't think it may not have made sense to like put the Space Force headquarters in Colorado to begin with, but it's already there. Like, why did it go there to begin with?
Right.
When they started it, was there a reason behind that? I think I remember we talked about this when they built it. Like, why is it going there? But like, you already spent the money to put it there. Like,
right. Right. Well, Jeff Crank already said that he made the case to keep Space Command in Colorado, and he already spoke to D. Treacy about it. He already spoke to the president. And request a meeting with I guess the inbound, the possible Air Force secretary. So the Air Force has anything to say? I mean, they referred it to the White House every time somebody asks. When I ask some of my friends in the Space Force, or you go to Space Force WTF moments, they go, okay, whatever. You guys know we have Space Force WTF moments. So yeah, it's again, does it matter? Does it matter for, I would say, if nobody talked about Doge, nobody talked about, saving money, and this is why Doge is doing this, then I think it probably would have been better to keep your fucking mouth shut and say, hey, we're going to, about the Doge thing. Because now Doge has become so much, Doge has been the forefront of a lot of cuts when it comes to our government, specifically the DOD and the VA. Then there you go. Keith says Vandenberg makes more sense too, since they want to shoot rockets from there as well. Yep, that's another one too. Vandenberg Space Force Base as well. Ron, they track Santa there.
That's important.
That's important. You want to get We got
directly ties to lethality.
It's a lethality thing. Got to keep Santa up. With a golden
the
dome.
only person that can get around to every house in less than 24 hours, and nobody else can move faster. So there, we cannot.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't. Sorry, we got to keep those assets in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even imagine that, dude. I can't even imagine I can't even imagine.
I don't know. I lost sleep over that as a child all the time, so we're not going to go there.
Why are they tracking? Yeah, exactly that. When I first heard about that, I was like, "Why are they tracking Santa? So they don't shoot her down? They're going to shoot him down?
I know.
Holy shit!" So yeah, it again. Alicia says, "Send him to NTC." you know that, and that's what you would. You know, a good point, Alicia. You would think open expanse. A large expanse of land and property away from people, you would think Huntsville, Alabama would not be a good choice for space things to go up, the rockets and shit to go up. I understand it's only the command.
I mean, it's very close to, Nashville even.
Yeah.
Nashville is.
See, that's another thing too. Are you really going to, looking at Huntsville, is it really that? I know people from Huntsville are going to send us DMs now. You don't like talking shit about Huntsville?
Yeah, I am. I am.
What is there? What is there?
Nothing. There's not even any good taco places. I've been there. Look for one. There's none. They suck.
They got no taco places there? Damn, dude. Or they got
there's no good taco places. There's none. At least none that I've been able to find.
Yeah, exactly that. Alicia.
I spent some time there.
Yeah. Well, Lisa said there's already weird satellite shit out there, so why not? Yeah, exactly. So again, I have no dog in this hunt when it comes to turning dirt in Huntsville, but I'm just saying I'm just curious to see how this is going to go.
Well, we all know it really just comes down to who's going to lobby it hard enough to get, those jobs and that everything put into their district. So
right.
That's the bottom line.
And basically it's going to be like a huge rap battle to find out who's got the worst place to stay at and who can provide better jobs to whatever. Go get some tamales.
I haven't looked for those. Maybe they do. Oh man.
I need to get some tamales, man. I'll go back to talk to tamale lady. I know I'm slacking on my skills there. It takes too long for me to cook tamales and make them up, so that's why I gotta hold out.
Yeah.
I gotta wait for that one. Yeah, exactly. So speaking of Space Force, the Space Force currently right now is talking about. I don't know why we got kicked on the Space Force right now. Sorry, it was supposed to be a U.S. Army WTF moments, but sorry.
U.S. military WTF moments.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it's the military cheese man. WTF. Yeah. And so kids aren't taking class trips to NASA in Huntsville anymore. It switched to DC a couple years ago. Oh, see, that's another point. Another point from Holly. Exactly. Does anybody go there? Is it worth going anymore? I'm sure the move of Space Force from Insomniac is saying that it's politically motivated. Yeah, I think so too. Currently, right now, speaking of which, the Space Force is moving ahead with plans to pull talent from the Air National Guard to help build its new military service. And several governors are pissed off about it because you guys know the Guard is run by the states. And so I think it's kind of funny now that, what are you going to use those Air Guard people to turn dirt? Is that what you're going to do? Is that
what they're going to do?
It's several governors were paying opposed, but of course, it says that it tramples on their rights to retain the control over their state units. Overall plan would affect 578 service members across 6 states. Only 500? That's it?
Really? That's I was going to say.
That's not really that much when you think about it, though, is it? I mean, is that a lot?
No, I mean, that's how much traffic I pass by in like 3 minutes around here. No, that doesn't seem like that much to me.
Yeah, that's like exactly. That's like one formation in on Fort Cav, one battalion formation. The overall plan, of course, affecting 578 members across the states, 6 states, the Air National Guard headquarters, and augment the Space Force without creating a separate Space Force National Guard. And something the service. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to think. Space National Guard. Those things just don't click in my mind, right? So like,
Space Force National Guard.
Need a Space Force.
Where are you going to drill?
Yeah.
Where are you going to go to drill? For Space Force? Where are you Space Force? Okay, look, guys, we're joking, hyperbole. Yes, Keith, we're going to talk about that stuff in a minute. Hold your horses. Hold your Keiths. So something the service said it would not be efficient because it would be so small. It's always funny that the services, or within the services, or the different modes or nodes in the services, always get threatened when there's small groups of individuals that do better shit than what they do at large. And so, yeah, quote, we are actively pursuing where we want to keep our part-time workforce. What type of work do they do? Head of Space Force General Chance Salzman said Thursday at a political conference. Politico. We have an excellent idea for Space Force. Cuba. Oh, think about that. Space Guard, a 51st state. The Space Force was established, of course, by President Trump in 2019. And during his first terms, in the years since, Air Force has transferred its space missions to now its 5-year-old. It's only been, it's 5 years old already.
Yeah, it's like it's getting big.
Yeah,
it's
growing
One,
up.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, we're just starting kindergarten pretty quick. So, so last month, the National Governors Association said the transfers violate their rights to retain control. Quote, and this is what the group is saying. The association said in April, we urge that any transfers cease immediately and that there be direct and open engagement with governors. There's a lot of concern that they're in the National Guard, about these individuals who are highly skilled that want to be in the Guard being transferred out. This is what Oklahoma Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen said at an Air Force manpower hearing this week. So again, Ron was saying, small groups of people that do a lot better shit than the service at large, they're going to get some hate. It happens all the time. Space Force, Air Force is all pissed off because why is the Space Force created when we could do it better? The same thing with the Army. Why do we have one specific specialty when we could do it better than that? Even within their own organizations. So, but Augusta is now Cyber City. Ooh, good. Oh, that's a good one, Alicia. That is a good one. Where all the cyber stuff is at. That U.S. Army Special Operations thinks they can do. Ooh, good point. Good point. Snap. That's a good point. Damn. I didn't realize we had some cyber fans in here. Y'all.
I think we found one or two along the way.
Yeah, I was about to say some of the cyber fan stuff. Yeah. Hell yeah. So yeah, that just, again, it just goes to show pretty much how much how politicized this all could be. But yeah.
I mean, I do get it, but I'm like, when is the National Guard? I mean, I'm not saying they can't, but like, I don't understand how a state would have a space mission in my mind. So that's just, I guess, I mean, I'm really not understanding.
Well, if there's a,
we're gonna need.
Well, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
I just don't understand where that's gonna happen.
Exactly, because then where does it go on that aspect? Where does it, or who's responsible for what? Because I thought space is up. I thought space is in space, and it would be kind of.
Or even a state having the resources to do anything like that as a state by itself. But I mean, I guess they could, but
right.
I just can't imagine like Wyoming going up there and fighting the aliens by itself.
Right,
So I mean,
right.
I guess that's just how I'm seeing in my head. I know that's not what the Space Force does, but I'm just being facetious with that. But I'm just like, I just can't see like one state having the resources to do anything by itself. And then when we're talking about the whole country is only 500 people that they're talking about. So yeah, that just.
Right, exactly.
They're fighting over the wrong
thing.
And
sometimes I think they're, like you just said, sometimes they fight for the wrong thing. It's like, if the Air Force and the Space Force and the Space Guard or whatever, you're trying to get just those 500 people, they're not taking, look, where some of those guys are drilling anyways, some of them they don't even like drill in their specific areas. Like they have to go to other places to drill. Ocean's 11 says space equal my fucking personal space on staff duty. Okay.
Yeah, and even if they and if they are drilling their area, who are they drilling with? They're just going to do PT.
Some of them are drilling
space jobs.
Some of them are drilling with Space Force people like asset. They're doing space things that their Air Guard unit. Like if there's a space guy assigned to your organization and your organization's a fighter wing, then let them go out and do space shit. They're not, they're not actively doing whatever. Again, this is a lot of this stuff is gatekeeping, like Alicia said. with the cyber stuff and soft. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that.
Because you and me both know if ever we're doing training and you're a low density MOS, you're not learning anything to do with your job. You're doing whatever your unit's job is.
Correct. Yeah. I
Unless
mean,
you go to
well,
other
as I'm
people's
saying, your unit's job. What I'm saying though, but your unit's job has a space slot, and everyone else is flying jets. Where you got to go work your space shit, right? You got to go do your space stuff. So you're not doing the pilot shit. You're not doing the aviation maintenance side of the house. You're not doing the air traffic control or the operation side of it. And if you're doing space stuff, then you go, we need to get some space people to come on here, and maybe we do another joint. We'll have a Space Force WTF moments hang out with us to go, what the hell, dude? So yeah, it's just all like you were saying in the chats earlier. It's all politics and individuals not understanding on a political level just exactly what they do in the in their respective units. So yeah. Anyways, so okay. So to comment what older horses, to comment what Keith was saying. Now, you guys know that we partner with Hots and Cots. You guys know that we have an established relationship. For that way, Rob can go ahead and get that app up, and you go to Hots and Cots that you always see tagged, or at the top of U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page, you could see the Hots and Cots app. Get on there, download it, check it out. Interesting stuff that we've been discovering is that and people got pissed because we posted it. I mean, I don't understand. Hots and Cots, and this is a post that Rob did yesterday. Some have said, oh, that's not a negative, but I've included a screenshot of the negative amount. What's important is in the line description to and from and to. So here it is. And this is something that this is something that everybody's seeing. It's not like we're jumping on the side or whatever. And the Pentagon is diverting over 1.28 billion from their barracks repair and facility sustainment accounts to fund the southern border mission. And it's posted on the TL, by the way, on the timeline. Total estimated barracks related impact, Army, 1.1 billion, mostly FSRFM, critical for barracks and base facility upkeep. Air Force, 142. Navy, 20 million. Marines, 20 million. Now you can view the reprogramming actions on Hots and Cots, who also has provided a link. Let me window cap this stuff.
Let's have a little look.
Let's have some arts and crafts once again. Right there.
We do this on the fly.
Yeah, we do this on the fly. We have no producers. Every host on U.S. Army WTF Moments, WTF Nation Radio is their own producer. So we don't have a Jamie or like how Joe Rogan has. Hey, Jamie, pull that up. No, we don't have that. We'll just pull that stuff up. So again, dude, why are we taking money from the barracks? Why is it?
So we can move Space Force.
so we can have the Space Force to do Space Force things.
Yeah, so they can turn the dirt.
So they can turn some dirt up. I'm okay.
Sorry,
I'm gonna do some They do PT outside with the boy. I'm gonna go, hey, let's go turn some dirt. And he's gonna look at me like, what are you talking about? Let's go hit the grass. The same people will say they will never forget each year until our leader strikes a deal with a former head of Al Qaeda. Damn. Calf horses get treated better than some soldiers. Damn. Please keep the comments flowing. Misappropriation of funds. Yeah. We know who got pissed. Yeah. The Space Force, the Sham Center of Excellence. Did they get the keyboard warrior badges for all that trash? Damn. Speaking of Space Force, have you heard about any seen Space Force recruiting station? I haven't seen that either. That's a good point. And somebody else, Ron Kane, look at the second defense came from the Guard, and Tulsi, don't forget she was Guard. No, Tulsi Gabbard is Reserve, U.S. Army Reserve. So look at that. So what are we missing here? What am I missing here? Why are we doing this? Look at that. Air Force. That's another thing too. I'm showing you the Air Force right now. You can see this all on the timeline on U.S. Army WTF Moments, and you can also check it out on Hots and Cots. Why are we doing this? Why you make no money? This is ridiculous.
Because they don't need nice places to live. It doesn't contribute to lethality.
See, that's another thing too.
Yeah,
It's like, you know,
I mean, you can live in tents now. It's all fine. We don't need buildings.
well, here's my thing, and everyone has always
We're gonna go
said,
street.
even people went after Hots and Cots. Can you believe that? They went after our baby Hots and Cots, and said, quote, just because you don't like Trump doesn't give you the right to knowingly spread false information, bro. This is a documented.
I know, but that's just it. That is how politicized things have become.
Right.
Is because you can't handle someone criticizing Trump because, oh my God, he's your Lord and Savior now. I don't know how. It's like that's how some people like view him. I'm not saying I disagree with anything. I'm just saying that is how a very small sect of people view
Oh
him.
no, you're right.
He's
It
the
happens.
president,
It
and
happens
it's
just
like
like the comment said. The comment said it's always their individuals for their people to get promoted up, to get elected. We love the troops. We got to back the troops, and all the troops go, yeah. They're gonna back me. They're gonna back me. And every fucking election cycle, even the last one, even the one Trump 0.0, even Obama have said we're gonna fix the troops. We're gonna do this, and we've always been caught up short. We've always been caught short. And it fucking pisses
And then if
me
you
off
show
because
and you show proof like this, and oh my
Yeah.
God, no, you're a bad guy because this is my president now, and he said he's going to fix everything. That's what he said.
yeah, he
But
said
if
he
you
was
show proof that he's not,
Yep.
he may be fixing something else, but this is not it.
Yeah. I mean, and or the fact that we have now gotten to where even in the military, that if you say anything bad about that person's, and this happened in the Biden, people said,
Yeah,
"Oh
it's
my
happening
God!"
to everybody.
It's
This isn't new.
I remember when we used to get attacked. I mean, people were like, "You send us hate mail in the DMs." Saying that all we did was we hated Biden and you're seditious. Remember we got that seditious comment?
Yeah.
We're seditious.
Yeah.
We're seditious and we're causing strife. And I even had a sergeant major, speaking of cyber, said that I was an insider threat.
Yes.
Because of this shit. Because we were posting receipts.
Yes, because everything that we bring up about Trump, that was bad. Biden, that was bad. Trump, that was bad for him. Obama's bad for it. Anything. Because I'm like, we're going to bring up positive things, but you know what? There's fucked up things about every administration.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. Everything's fucked up. I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
Look, man, once again, vets, army, soldiers, troops,
and what's
formation,
the name of our station? What
sorts.
the fuck?
Exactly. I'm just showing you that all the time, even, and again, that's one thing I love about, we've been all fucking been doing this shit the whole fucking time. It's like the damn NTC water park. It's all a wet dream, literally. There's a water park.
Right.
So all
there was, but we took the money away, so there's no more water park.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post this in here. Yeah, exactly that, Pip. Hate everybody. It makes life easier. Oh wait, that's the wrong article. Damn it! What did I pull up here? Oh, I just dropped the article of the Space Force chat in there. Let me. Hang on, I'm throwing. Hang on. Let me grab some of this stuff right here. Let me go here, and then let me just grab this whole thing because I got a bunch of links that are showing up here. I don't want you guys to know that I'm looking at all this stuff.
Oh yeah, don't drop those links.
Don't drop. Remember last time we dropped links?
Yes.
We almost got sucked. So hang on.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
What are the links we share?
Yeah, it's okay. They're in there. They're in there. Okay, now I can see the links. There you go. And this is posted on Hots and Cots. That's another thing too. Yeah, everyone acts like we've just started doing this shit.
Right.
WTF Moment's been posting false shit all the time. No, we got stacks of documents that we've turned in. We've submitted to Congress and congressional representatives and staffers, and it shows like all the fucking time that every time we're promised the moon and the stars, we don't get shit.
We've been doing this since like 9 years now.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. You all can talk shit about whatever, and the soldiers and all this stuff. I know soldiers, it's really hard. This is supposed to be a sergeant's time, but I'm just showing you that the whole thing about Hots and Cots. Rob is doing the Lord's work. He's doing the stuff that we used to post on the timeline. We used to post all the mold pictures. We used to post all the bad defect stuff. Once in a while, we'll say, hey, make sure you log into Hots and Cots. Get the app, and we'll post bad chow or post a bad painting or something like that, or stuff that we have to piggyback on. Ooh, did I just say that?
Yes, you did.
I just said, we have to caveat and piggyback.
We're an hour in. Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be a Thursday without it.
Right. So again, it's not like we're just making this shit up. Rob, and also sometimes we've also teamed up with Army Reddit to fucking say, hey, we got information out there that you could grab us, you could assist us in this, and we'll be more than happy to post it because we'll get something in the inbox that says, hey, just how this DFAC was closed and it shouldn't have been. I'm like, dude, what the hell? We got the same thing too. So just to kind of like remind everybody, we all talk. All the pages talk. Yeah, I posted a comment saying that we're like you ever watch Andor, that Empire where everyone's around that one circular table. We're all talking.
Oh, you didn't know we have command staff like every Wednesday?
Yeah.
3:00. You have to be there. QTBs.
Yeah. We have our own stuff.
Bring our stats to the table. We
Yeah.
have slides.
Jump on Hots and Cots. They're on top of the page at U.S. Army WTF Moments. Jump on that. We also grab stuff. It's multi-force. It's a joint endeavor. Army, Navy, Marine Corps. Marine Corps. I can't say Marine Corps twice. Army, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, Coast Guardsmen. They got them on there too. Man, do we got to do this again? Dude, just like here. Let's highlight this. This post right here. This was the one that really tripped me out. This was posted on Air Force Airman NCO/Senior NCO. This stuff right here.
I mean, the tub's nice.
Wait, hang on. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the tub is kind of nice.
The tub's kind of nice. It's nice fixtures. I'm trying to find the positive, Ice.
Yeah, exactly. You look at this right here. This looks like these people need to turn dirt. This is some fucked up shit. Look at that. Look at this shit. Damn.
Oh.
See, the post was, and this was on Airman and Senior NCO, hang on, inboxes that we just PCS the dais, and the house we bought just completely flooded, literally showed up in a U-Haul, flooded house, mold everywhere. We covered insurance, but because it's a flood and standard home insurance policy doesn't cover that, started GoFundMe for us, but cost of rebuilding, blah, blah, blah. Now, we don't really post GoFundMes, but this is just something that, but somebody before in a similar situation, but base leadership pushed the issue all the way up to the CSAF. CSAF. Hopefully this person's claim is fighting for them. So yeah, they love their dog and pony. Yeah, you ain't lying, man. They love their dog and pony show. I think at this point, hey, units, fix your fucking chain of command boards because you have plenty of time to do it. But also leaders that you guys are sprouting saying that we're doing this for the troops and we're bringing back lethality. You need to come down and visit the fucking housing area or eat some chow in the soldiers' barracks unannounced.
Yes.
Or step inside Fort barracks room at Fort Cav, Fort Riley, or Fort Campbell, and see what you got.
Without letting anybody know. And don't be mad just because someone's got some socks on the floor.
Yeah. Just go on there, show up, hang out. I mean, there's people that tell me, "Hey, so and so is going to be here at this time. So and so is going to be here at this time. Don't tell nobody." And I'm like, I ain't telling nobody because I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see the. I don't want to see the dumpster fire about it.
I mean, that would just be the best. I really wish leaders would do that. I mean, like, in all, like, not just in the military, like everywhere. Like, that is the only way you're ever going to get real feedback of what's going on with your soldiers, with your employees, anywhere.
Policy's not, exactly. Really somebody just said them too. Policy's not partisan. You're saying you're going to take care of troops and you're saying you're going to come in and you're going to take care of the soldiers. There's nothing partisan about it. Just fucking take care of the soldiers. Exactly. So,
and no matter what political side you're on or what administration, past or present, if you start doing that, those things that we've been seeing that we said were bullshit in the last couple shows with like command photos and stuff, you're not going to see that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you're going to start respecting the office again and not give a fuck if you're Republican or Democrat.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So
you just got to fucking respect that stuff. What was that shit? What was that? Damn, Alicia. Hey, whoa, Alicia. Wait, whoa. Say, hey. Alicia said, "Come here and I'll bribe you with a ballpark wiener." Damn, Alicia. Does it got mustard and ketchup and relish on it? Is that what we're saying? Is that maybe those some onions on there? Maybe with some chili cheese on? Yeah. So people have been shit talking about Haas and Koss, just like they come on our timeline and like to throw out their, well, back when I was in the service, yeah. So I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that Hots and Cots gets. And then somebody posted, and I'm glad too, because they posted all this. Just a quick stop by their page, and I find the post crying about that the 1.4 million active duty members aren't fed the way that we feed 35,000 professional athletes. These dudes would die of embarrassment if they saw what World War II military child looked like. Yeah. Well, yeah, why we cry about feet? Yeah. Say, people are literally going after fucking, well, sauerkraut. Okay, cool. If demanding, and this is from Hots and Cots site, and then we agree with this, if demanding our military is fueled properly is crying, then Alexa, play me Cry Me a River by Justin Timberlake. Because it is wild that professional athletes whose job is to entertain receive world-class nutrition while the 1.4 million active duty men and women who signed up to serve this country are dealing with clothes defects, limited hours, and cold chow. Which, by the way, U.S. Army WTF Moments has a followership of 1.7 million. So we have the Army. Everybody's following us. See, at least
And I do understand that professional athletes are, paid and mostly by ticket sales and everything. But go look at what paid for those stadiums that they go play in.
Yeah.
Guarantee you it is not just your ticket sales, but your tax dollars.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh, as for saying that soldiers in World War II had it worse, hell yeah, they did. Man, Rob is on fire with this post. They also fought in wool uniforms and stormed beaches under machine gun fire. That was nearly 80 years ago. We talked about having the best warfighters and best equipment, but nutrition is part of that plan. There you go.
we also know a whole lot more about nutrition than we did 80 years ago.
Yep. If you want top performance, you need to fuel it, whether on field or in the battlefield. So pushing for better food and quality life for service members is embarrassing to you. Maybe you're not the one we should be listening to. Damn. Rob's on fire. Download the Hots Cops app, of course. I'm always gonna pip this fucking app out. He's doing the Lord's work on this shit, man. But I'm just saying, we get that in comments. We posted something about a policy letter about vehicles not having tarps on Fort Sill, and the comments in there were like, "Tough it up, Buttercup. Y'all need to, knock this. Yeah, shut up, y'all whiny. You guys are woke. Jesus, fuck." Dude, stop. Just fucking stop. I get.
Like, who gave them technology?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Who authorized you at AT&T to sign for that phone contract for you to type this on the web? Because holy crap, man. So there is a policy out there, and some installations have it, that if you are rolling around a vehicle with troops in the back with no canvas on the back, you're violating that installation policy. So, it was posted on WTF Moments. Is there an installation policy about troops traveling with no cargo cover on the Vic? Now, again, this was the fucking question, and immediately, dude, I mean, I'm just saying, I look at some of the comments in here, and then I look at the profile pics. It's fucking, dude, it is hilarious, man. But yeah.
I mean, it's usually a similar type of person that, retired or usually got out after 4 years, but it's the same type. They're usually, I don't know, slightly older than me, and it just peaked in E4, or maybe Big Sarge.
Yeah,
Peaked
maybe
in one
Big,
or the other.
yeah, and is now somehow an influencer on social media with only a few years in service that is now talking about their amount of shit talking that they do as opposed to their years of service. You would think the guy was fucking retired sergeant major or something, or retired senior
and wrote every regulation ever.
Yeah, and knows all about it. And this is the reason why. We get a lot of actuallys in the fucking comment. Sometimes we just laugh.
And now lives off disability.
Exactly. And then we look.
I know.
Yeah, well, it was actually. So we get that a lot.
I heard at the VA.
I heard that the VA is doing this. Well, this isn't very lethality-like. Well, no shit.
Yeah. They let women in now. Even so I'm just letting you know that. I promise they do.
Exactly. Just checking, man. Just checking.
They can even drive.
Oh, you vote even? Damn.
Yeah.
Girl,
things
stop.
have changed, buddy.
Man, so I'm just saying. Yeah, exactly that, Heath. Actually. Fuck, man. It's some of the whining that and vets are the worst. Vets, I mean, and this is Sergeant's time. We're supposed to be talking about active duty stuff, but vets are the worst sometimes at this shit. They are the my war was better than your war, or my grandfather. Man, shut up. Just shut. You're not in right now. You're not understanding what that is. I'll be honest. We keep saying this. We hammer this all the time. We're beating a dead horse when we talk about this. Is that back in the day, there wasn't some fucking staff sergeant punk who was always harassing their soldiers on the fucking phone. You need to be here. You need to be here. Dude, where policies had to be made for you to get the fuck off the phone after 1800. I didn't have that when I was coming up in the ranks.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. I actually had air conditioning in my barracks. My DFAC was open too, all the time, even split shift. Wait a minute. I didn't even have mold. Didn't even have mold.
I really don't.
There was no mold in my shits. My barracks, I should say, not my shits, but yeah, dude. Oh God, you guys need to look at the generation you're talking to, and also the generation of admins who we have running pages and shit. Jesus Christ, yeah, because you know what? We're kind of glad we didn't have some of those World War II fuckers in there, because some of those, oh man, those heroes don't accept the way the things are right now. Don't understand that the military is a lot different than what they used to be. We'd still be walking around. We'd still be doing PT in white t-shirts, funky ass shorts, socks up to our knees, and low quarter boots. You know what I mean? That would be, whatever. That would be that's the new standard.
That'd be a Tuesday.
Yeah, that'd be a Tuesday. Yeah, exactly that. So again, that dog ain't gonna hunt. You ain't gonna turn some dirt with a busted chop. You ain't turning no dirt.
Turn dirt at least one more time before we left tonight. We had to at least turn one more dirt.
Yeah, you turn some more dirt. You're damn right. Turn some dirt. What the hell are you talking about? Some soldiers need to eat right. Yeah, exactly that. Doing PT and chucks. Oh man, I remember that. Back in the day, Spank, you remember this back in the day at Fort Calf? If you didn't have specific shoes for the court, they gave you Chuck Taylors to sign out. I remember.
Oh no, that was a little before my time.
Okay, that was all right. Sorry. Okay, I just dated myself. Sorry, didn't mean to add you in the mix. Yes.
No,
I had you sign out Chucks.
Yeah, I know. Well, I also didn't go to the gym, so you know, that could have been it too.
Ron says that we worked out of what was that? Ron said that we worked out of God forbid someone decides to get a flip phone because they didn't need all that technology at the time. Guys, sometimes I wish technology didn't advance. Ron says we worked out of World War II barracks at Fort Riley with asbestos in 1986. Well, so did I. At Fort Cav, I did. All asbestos and all that stuff. Yep. To the point where the VA is like, what are you talking about?
I do remember those. I do remember those here at Fort Cav. I did work in some of those when I first got here in the 90s.
Yeah, just saying. So moving along. Okay, now imagine this. You have a ranch, and you're out there freaking, just hanging out in your ranch, and then the next thing you know, you see a Black Hawk flying in, lands on your property, and then starts taking elk horns off of your property, jumps in the Black Hawk, and then takes off. That happened. The National Guard helicopter landed on property, and elk antlers were stolen. Which, to some that's a source of income for some.
I mean, did they go there specifically to get the elk antlers?
Yes. So this is from the Bozeman Daily Chronicle. As a matter of fact, let me clap out of these ads right here, right quick, so I can show you the article. And then drop the article inside the chats, because you'll laugh. You're like what?
Okay, I can't wait to.
You'll to the chats. There you go. You'll be like what? You'll have
what? Are you kidding me?
Imagine your dad drank fucked up water. Now you end up with muscular dystrophy. Damn, Alicia. First you want to throw wieners at me. Now you're talking about damn. Anyways. So this story came out of Montana. Montana National Guard helicopter. A National Guard helicopter lands on private property and steals them antlers. Dude, what are you thinking, man? You're fucking lucky that property owner didn't blast you out of the sky, or probably thought Jade Helm was really funny going to happen.
And I know exactly where this is too.
It's in Big Timber Pioneer.
Yeah. It's near the Crazy Mountains. I know. I drive by it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, not all the time, like once a year, but still, I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So basically, this is a Montana National Guard helicopter unannounced, unscheduled landing. Oh no, it was scheduled. an alleged deer and elk antler theft on a private ranch in the Crazy Mountain foothills in Sweetgrass County is raising questions about military accountability and private property rights. You can imagine you're just sitting there up in Montana. You just listen to Alex Jones. And then
those things are worth money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then the next thing you know, a fucking Black Hawk helicopter shows up. Oh my God, I gotta call in. This is InfoWars. Yeah, you're on the line. Yeah, hey, check this out. There's a Black Hawk landing in my property. What are you talking about? What are you doing? Alex, I'm sorry.
Wow.
I don't want to laugh at this situation because it's pretty fucked up. Keith says the only people who really care about this is because of the Yellowstone show. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. Sons of Anarchy on horseback really did kind of create, really did point out the area.
People don't only care about this just because of the Yellowstone show. Like if you go in like somebody's private land in Montana about anything,
that's what
it
I'm
is
saying.
a big deal.
It is a big. Well, and I'm just saying it's a big deal. It's what's a big deal to anybody who owns land, like anybody who's come from a ranching family or a farm family. And quote, Sweetgrass County Sheriff Alan Ronenberg said that. It's not the usual trespass call. I've never seen anything like no shit. I've not seen like this before. Confirmed his office received the initial complaint. Ronenberg hypothesized charges could include trespassing and theft. Are we not even going to talk about the use of a Black Hawk to do this? That's what blows me away.
No, because that's just how big of a deal trespassing and theft is up there.
Yeah,
it's like it didn't matter how you got there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why it's in the news, though.
Yeah. Neighboring ranchers David and Sandy Holman notice a conspicuous gray-black UH-60 Lima. See, you notice how they named out gray-black UH-60 Lima Montana National Guard helicopter landing in the vicinity near Billy Creek, west of Melville, on the afternoon of May 4th. They called me pretty alarmed, said rancher Linda McCullen, 71, referencing the incident on her land. And during an exclusive phone interview with the Adams Publishing Group reporter Dan Aston, do you know there's an Army helicopter on your land picking up elk antlers? The Holmans, could you imagine? Hey, Spanky, do you know there's a Black Hawk landing in the backyard taking your cats? Something like that. What would you do?
Wave.
Yeah, shoot it down or something like that.
I don't know. I'd probably go out moon them. Maybe they'll crash.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna get. What if you get somebody out there that is not of all sorts and sees a helicopter coming and he's a tinfoil guy or gal. And the next thing you know, you just shoot down a Black Hawk, and you're like, "How the hell does this happen? How does this happen?" Yeah. So McMullen says it's
get out of my yard.
Yeah, get out of my yard before I make you turn dirt with them rotors. It's tough enough to pull a profit, said McMullen, who estimates desirable early brown elk antler sheds can be worth thousands of dollars. I did not know that. I did not know there was a market for that.
Oh yeah.
I started making calls, and I called the game warden to hold these people accountable for what they've done. You damn right, you do it. Sweetgrass County Game Warden Austin Krasner referred questions to a senior officer, Randy Husenbeiler. FWP has no comment as this is an active investigation, and we will share information when it becomes public. To protect the sanctity of the investigation, we are working with evidence and have not consulted the county attorney's office. And the representative with the attorney's office confirmed that prosecution is awaiting whether any citations dropped from the Montana Department of Fish and Wildlife Parks. The Sweetgrass County Justice confirmed no relevant citations or charges were issued as of Tuesday. Quote, I couldn't tell you what the court would charge, who declined to comment whether the FWP is in touch with the Montana National Guard. And I won't speculate, and I don't know all the details. The National Guard acknowledged it. The National Guard said, yep, it happened. It happened. Yeah, it happened. Quote, the air crew allegedly landed on private property and collected antlers. It's like, well, there's your charge. Now,
I'm wondering now if they think they didn't know it was private property. And
I'm tired of that excuse. You have to assume everything.
I'm not saying it's an excuse.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Everyone would assume.
They thought it was state property.
Yeah, the air crew.
How close? I'm wondering how close this private property was to public property. Now.
That's true. That's true. Okay, I can see that. This is a quote from Major Ryan Finnegan, a state public affairs officer with the Montana National Guard. Quote: The Montana National Guard is investigating the incidents, which was witnessed by a local landowner and reported it to Montana Fish and Wild Park Games Warden. The MTNG leadership takes this matter seriously and is working to complete a thorough and rigorous review of the incident with FWP's law enforcement division. And I had a chance to talk to our senior pilot who was in contact with the landowner. It seems like they've spoken twice and reached out to ask maybe they can give an in-person apology and coordinate the return of the items. What? What?
Sorry.
Sorry, didn't mean to take the antlers.
You know,
Here
like,
you go.
the only way I could see that that's okay is if it's extremely close to some public land, and then they get in trouble for like, you still shouldn't be landing that helicopter just all willy-nilly to get some elk antlers.
Right.
But I wouldn't consider it theft then. If like, I mean, it's still theft, but not like maliciously, like.
Yeah, well,
Meaning
the landowner says they use the excuse of these are good guys and I don't want to ruin their careers. Well, and she says they should have thought about it before doing this. Damn, that's what I'm talking about, McMullen. You go. I think people need to know this is happening. So there you go. Finnegan the PAO did not elaborate on whether the senior pilot and the quote colonel McMullen mentioned are the associated or the same individual, and did not identify the senior pilot. Nothing further. He added one question: if it was known that it was a colonel of the branch that contacted McMullen to dissuade her from pressing charges. Man, it don't look like she's going to stop. I think she's going to press charges. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Holly says Granny said put her antlers back. Exactly. Granny was probably holding a double barrel shotgun, so you better put them shits back. Yeah, you better not land a helicopter there or have that individual show up to do that. That's some fucked up shit, Montana National Guard. I hope you fixed it, because when we got it in the inbox, I was like, nuh-uh. And then I've got another article out of it. I'm like, holy crap, these guys did what? It's not like either. It's not like
That is insane.
Yeah, that's insane. So are they gonna put antlers on their aircraft noses now? Like,
I mean, they should like make a patch for them now. Like,
yeah, it's funny because it's funny because somebody said that there was patches made. Chew the crew's ass and move on. I get not the smartest thing to do, but why ruin a career? And then another person goes, in the careers. Dude, I mean, come on. It's theft. If it was them, they would be the ones crying about fucking, doing it. And of course, everyone in the comments when it was posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments, holy crap, it got heated. Everyone's all arguing and fighting. So we just, as a matter of fact, Spanky, somebody did do a patch.
Oh, I think there's an update to that.
Oh, is there?
A big deal. They're charged in the trespassing case. 3.
Whoa, what? Say that again?
Face criminal with criminal trespass to property were filed against the 3 defendants in Sweetgrass County Justice.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, and they were named now too. So.
Oh, hang on. Let me see. So look at that real quick. You see the patch? Look at the screen.
Sorry. Oh, there now I can see. Oh, hide them sheds.
Hide them sheds. Okay, hang on. Let me look.
Sorry, I just in there. I just saw that update to that. Sorry, let me see
Operation Elkhorn.
Yeah. Oh, see, y'all know we do arts and crafts, right?
Yeah. Putting codes up and shit and everything. I don't care.
I'm gonna drop that update right there in the chat there, because it's the only place I can get it real quick. There you go. It's posting.
All right, let me see. This
yeah, it's still posting because my internet's going so slow. There.
Okay,
no, there really was. There was an update. The 3 dudes were charged.
Oh man, Bozeman put it behind a freaking they put it behind a paywall.
Oh, they did. Okay, I did not know that. Well, it's not behind a paywall on mine.
Okay, well, oh man, they put it behind a paywall. That's so messed up. All right, hang on. Shh, let me look this up. Nope, they put it on a paywall. This is so.
Okay.
Look, we gave you. So we got you guys press on that. Oh, this is as of 7 hours ago. Okay, the big deal. Guardsman charged an aerial elk transplant. Yeah, shed helm. Exactly, shed helm. Oh my God. Yeah, dude.
But I mean, just real quick, it was just the 3 Guardsman defendants are Michael Bray from Helena, Perry Woodland from Great Falls, Denny Draper from Clancy. Oh, look close to home. The men are
I'm about
accused
to
of entering
say.
posted private property for the purpose of elk antler retrieval, reads the citations. And Bray's citation also reads landed a military helicopter on private property.
There you go.
Yeah, so an official statement from Major General, I cannot pronounce his last name, but Peter. It's Hronek. Again, I can't pronounce it. He's the AG of Montana National Guard, released Wednesday. He's aware of the alleged incident involving a Montana
Alleged.
National Guard helicopter landing on private property without authorization. An internal investigation is underway, and appropriate adverse or administrative action will take place if the allegations are determined to be true. If true, this behavior does not align with the values of the Montana National Guard, misuse of military equipment, erodes the trust we strive to uphold with the people of Montana. Every member of the Montana National Guard is expected to uphold the highest standards of integrity, responsibility, and respect for the law. So there you go. This is just a criminal trespass. It's defined as entering or remaining unlawfully, according to Montana state statute, and the maximum for this is they can be fined $500 or less, or 6 months in jail. So there you go. That's all they can get charged.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
There it is. There it is. There it is.
there is an update.
That's
They
an
were
update.
charged.
Damn, they were charged. See, that's messed up. How come we couldn't like Keith says, there's one dude in there that was telling the other two that this was a bad idea. Yeah, no, there was probably, yeah. Yep. No.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably sure. Pretty sure there was, but at this point, kind of like, nah. You that's what you get. That's what you get. You come on, man. You knew that. I mean, just you flying the bird around and going, oh look, there's some more. There's some antler sheds. Let's go get some. Obviously, that that it's not what it was. I mean, if that crossed your mind, dude, you already blew it. Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
The article will let me open up on my end. It's like, what the hell? Yeah, it's not. It's not.
It might be because of some subscriptions I do have. Like I have some. Yeah,
Okay, you do have some. Okay. Cool.
It might. I'm
All
not to this newspaper in specific, but I do have some.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
that's crazy.
That's crazy that I can't open it up. Hang on, because I'm looking at it again. I am scrolling. That's a big deal. Guardman's charged in aerial elk antler trespassing case, and nope. Hang on. Let me show you guys what the Spanky. I don't know. She's got the in or something. Because this is what I get. This is what I see. That's what I see.
Probably because I've been to all these places.
Yeah, there you go. See, say thank you. Hang on. Thank you for reading the Bozeman Daily article. You got to sign up. You got to turn some dirt to do this. So that's what we got. So appreciate it, Spanky, for for that highlight. We'll get them a first offender pardon. Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly think they're probably going to get in more trouble with the guard than they are with the state.
True. Patrick,
but-
it's okay,
yeah.
man. You got the storms are the stores. Everyone's saying that there's some storms happening that's glitching the stream right now. So apologies. No need to apologize. Just make sure you catch it from this time index. Yeah. So there you go. You'll be all right. We cool. All right. So finally, last. It just turn some dirt on the property to work it off. Yeah, exactly that. That would be a good punishment. Instead of us taking your wings and preventing you from ever flying again, you gotta do like 14 and 14. It's almost like UCMJ. You have to volunteer to work on that property to help Granny fucking get that shit squared away. I like that. That right there to me is proper restitution.
I'm sure she can find some for y'all to do.
Yep, she can do some chores. You do some chores for Granny McMullen, and I'm guaranteed. I think is it. Yeah, you're right. You don't have to hurt their careers. Just make them turn dirt. Good idea, Keith.
Sure.
Good idea.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That.
I like that. That's feasible.
Let's send them a note.
Yeah, let's send them. No, well, that's like from like you said.
We have already come up with the punishment, sir.
Exactly.
Ice and Spanky with the help from. With the help from our
As a matter,
listeners.
if you need some assistance with supervising, we'll be more than happy to take. We'll fill our DTS our DTS itinerary to fly up to check it out.
Yes, I have no problem spending some time in the Montana mountains during the summer.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Who the hell put those army bots up on the page? What army bots are you talking about? Sports bar, what are you talking about, dude? Or what army bots?
Boots.
Butts. Hey, what's up, Zoltan? Zoltan's in the chats. What's up, Big Z?
Where is my promotion?
Yeah, exactly that. Oh, Big Z, Zoltan, the S1 guru, up in the chats. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow, smash that page. Big Z's got all the information from news from HRC, promotions, updates, policies, and also some of the Alaracs that come out talking about specific events. And they even tag us to keep us informed so that way we can do some shares as well. So make sure you go on to Zoltan, the S1 guru. The answers to your questions for everything S1. Did I make the list? I have a question about this regulation. Is my unit S1 doing this right? Zoltan sees no rank and helps all. There you go. That's the spiel. So welcome to the chat there, Zoltan. Appreciate you coming in. Last story before we cut out, before we knock out some housekeeping. This was going to be a discussion. Like I said, this was a news, I don't want to say blurb, but it's a big deal, if that makes any sense. It is a big deal what happened. A Michigan man arrested and charged with attempting to... Yeah, no, appreciate it, Zoltan. Yeah, hit them tags. We don't care. We appreciate it. No, it helps us out. It helps us out keeping the WTF Nation informed and correct. Michigan man arrested and charged with attempting to attack a military base on behalf of ISIS. This was an Army story that came out that just like several different media platforms posted this as well. So this dude right here, a member of the former member of the Michigan Army National Guard, was arrested after he attempted to carry out a plan to conduct a mass shooting at a U.S. military base in Warren, Michigan, at the behalf of ISIS, a foreign terrorist organization. Oh, we all knew that. I mean, we already know that ISIS is foreign. Take a look at this dude, man. So Amar Abdul Majid Mohammed Saeed planned to do this. Is charged with in a criminal complaint and attempting to provide material support to a foreign terrorist organization. Hey, man, shout out to the feds for catching this. You know, we shitpost about the feds all the time, but you know, hey, shout out to the feds. This is a video still that he made in a video. He was car ranting. He was ISIS ranting.
Oh, that's never a good.
That's never a good when you're ranting in a car. But seriously, yeah, this dude was planning on shooting up the military. Damn, it's fucking like on drill. The defendant is charged with planning a deadly attack on U.S. military base here at home for ISIS. Sue J. Bai, head of the Justice Department's National Security Division, thanks to the tireless efforts of law enforcement, we foiled the attack before lives were lost. We will not hesitate to bring the full force of the department to find and prosecute those to seek to harm our men and women in the military and to protect all America. You ain't man, for real, dude. Here's another fucking picture. Here's another one here from his little jihadi video that he did. Yeah, there's another one here. See, we're probably gonna get our shit taken down. By the way,
probably now.
That one time we posted some stuff, and then Facebook almost deleted the page because we posted some stuff that was part of that. So, hey guys, if we're gone, new page will start up. Don't worry, we'll be good. But that's just the way it is. Hopefully not either of the other pages. So everybody knows about ISIS, the brutal terrorist organization which seeks to kill Americans. Helping ISIS or any other terrorist organization prepare to carry out acts of violence is not only a reprehensible crime, it is a threat to our entire nation and way of life. U.S. Attorney Jerome F. Gorgon Jr. for the Eastern District of Michigan. So again, shout out to the feds for getting this knocked out. This is thank God that nothing happened and they were able to catch this asshole in time. So there you go. That was the one blurb. Again, it was just a blurb because it came up, it got posted, and there was not too much detail on what he was going to do. So I'm pretty sure more information will come out anyways. So, but anyways, it's time for housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
It's time for housekeeping.
That's a pledge.
To whip out the pledge. Or as Alicia says, whip out them wieners. Why are you talking about wieners, Alicia? Okay, you're talking about hot dogs, right? The hot dogs. All right, so currently this is Sergeant's Time. Well, we try to. Well, I'll just put this. We try to keep the conversation Army related. We try to keep it to where we're doing some LPDs and something Army centric. This is on Thursday, of course. FTX with CQ and the crew at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio on Fridays. I think there's a bye week this week. And then, of course, we have weekend co-ops with Nemo and the crew over at WTF Nation Gaming, Valor, even Stack Up. So it's pretty cool. They went to PAX. I'm pretty sure he's going to talk about that. Sunday is the sports bar with the actual King Smith. And what do you hear? What do you say? The coach. Monday edition with myself and Massey, the news, commentary, and discussion. There's no gaming this week? What are you talking about? Oh, there isn't? Oh, yeah, no, it's just a bye week. I think that I said, didn't I say it was a bye week? I might have said that. I don't know. I got TBI. So.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to rewind that anyways. All right, cool. Keith says, I think Keith hangs out with him anyway, so he will know the dealio on that. Tuesday, of course, is of the pop culture warrior, Michael Carrasquillo, also known as CQ, with his mad staff of angry health. What did I say? Angry health. No, because I saw Heath in there in the chats. Angry Elf and Mad Mike. They are the angry staff for the Pop Culture Warrior, and of course Sarence on Wednesday with Smoke Pit, Radar and TZ, and then Thursday myself and of course my illustrious gunner in the seat, Spanky.
That's me.
There you go. Oh, Zoltan's got some. ZQ. Don't say that. ZQ's okay. See, he's all right. Zoltan has an important. Zoltan is in the chats right now. Just dropped. OMLs are coming out 21 May. NFQ, FQ, and MQ list will be out 20 May. So there's your Army related. There's your Army relation for the day. There you go. Appreciate it, Zoltan. Dropping the beats, all the S1 beats in there and stuff like that. That's funny. Wait a minute. How come you got quiet when Zoltan's typing? Wait a minute. You were an S1. What's going on? Wait a minute. Huh. Yeah, why are you speechless? Why are you stuttering, huh?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea who Zoltan is.
Corey says, why do we always get so damn gay? What are you talking about, Corey? We were just talking about hot dogs.
I didn't know y'all were a couple.
Yeah.
Y'all dating?
Yeah, say
Wait, is it Corey and Zoltan?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that, Zoltan. Insert Spider-Man meme. So 20 may be a bad day, yeah. So again, we got guests coming up pretty soon. I guess most of the guests we have are tentative, so it's not until we're able to lock them in, and it's just a formality. Hey, you want to double check to make sure that they can come on. May, June, and July are going to be busy. So I'm stoked about that. Always good to see. Again, you'll probably get 48 hours to a week notice that a guest's going to be able to come on due to everybody's hectic schedules. Make sure you share, like, and follow all the pages that we're broadcasting live on. Broadcasting live on 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, 2 YouTube pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, with the exception of a couple of odd end pages that have their own other pages. And then, of course, on X at WTF Nation Radio broadcasting. Yeah, there you go. And also make sure you subscribe and follow. Check out Vet TV. We're currently working with them to post their stuff and also post about the Embed Actual docuseries. Dude, if you got to watch that, talking about soldiers fighting, American veterans fighting alongside Ukrainian soldiers in Ukraine. Man. Woo! Pip comes in. Somebody say waiters. Again, make sure you share, like, and follow. Thank you guys for hanging out and contributing to the talk, because that's the way we do it. And shots. I'm about to say, you got something to say too? You got something to say?
No, just sweet dreams, y'all.
Sweet dreams, say showers. See ya.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Driving us insane. ATF 0 time 30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. something arrives. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Rocket marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters, we rise. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos, in the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos, in the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Zones and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos, in the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Homecoming's bittersweet, memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos, in the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our zen. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.